quilting friends. Happy Feature Friday, everybody. Thank you for joining me this week. I hope y'all have had a good week and are looking forward to something fun this weekend. Today, I am going to talk to you about what happens when you start quilting a row and you walk out of your sewing area and your row completes and you come back to find out that you have been essentially sewing nothing because somewhere along the lines, either your bobbin thread ran out or your top thread broke and your machine went on and finished that row. Now you have to fix your thread and go back to where your thread broke, but you've already stitched out a whole row and that completed. You didn't catch it when it went on. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to fix that and get your row completed, even though your machine already finished stitching that row out. So let me show you. I'm gonna turn you guys around. Here is my quilt, and as you can see, I have stitched a whole row. You can see all my little puncture marks with no thread. And apparently my thread ran out right here very early on in my stitching. I barely got anything done. So I have already replaced my bobbin thread, which is what ran out, and rethreaded my machine to make sure I was good to go. But now we have to restart our pattern here. I don't want to start at the beginning of the pattern here because I've already stitched out this much and I don't want to go over it twice. I want to start here. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I'm going to come over to my robotic system. I'm going to bring that in frame for you guys. So this is the row that my machine thinks it stitched out, even though it didn't stitch out hardly anything because my bobbin thread ran out. But I want to restitch over most of this because it really didn't happen, but I did stitch a little bit. We are going to set our start point at a different place other than our little green dot here. So we're going to redo this row. We're just going to start it at a different place. I'm going to show you how now that I've got a new bobbin, I've got my thread in my machine. I'm still in home. I haven't changed anything. I'm going to go to my start button to restart this row. It's going to come up with our normal pop-up, and normally it says we're going to start at the start of our pattern, which is right here at our little green dot, and verify that the needle is up. And most of the time we always hit this green check mark, but this time we are going to hit set start. It's this button next to our green check mark, and when we do that, it is going to say move to the desired start point, and then we've got a little check mark over here. So what I'm going to do is bring my machine over here to where my bobbin thread apparently ran out. I'm going to count back a couple of stitches so that they overlap each other. I'm going to line my needle up with about 3 stitches back so those overlap. And I am going to hit my check mark here because this is where I want to restart. So my machine is taking 1 stitch for me to pull up my bobbin thread. So I have my little pop-up there. I'm going to just grab my bobbin thread and pull my top thread through here. I'm going to hover that back over close. So I pulled up my bobbin thread. My machine's going to move into place. It's going to tie off, and it's going to pick up where I told it to. So I've started here where my thread broke instead of here at the beginning of the pattern. So that is the easiest way to restart a pattern once one has started and actually completed, but something went wrong along the way, whether your thread broke and the pattern completed, or whether you ran out of bobbin thread and the pattern completed. That way it's gonna stitch back over all of those little hole punctures that the needle made going across your quilt. Everything is gonna line up exactly the way you wanted it to, and we haven't overlapped any stitching that we've already done before our thread mishap happened. I hope that helps you guys out. This is something handy to have in your belt just in case it happens to you. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.